Hello. I just thought while I'm sat outside in the garden, or on the carousel that's obviously, no, not carousel, big wheel, that's what I'm looking for. The big wheel that is obviously in my garden. Watch me on the big telly. Woo! I just thought I'd go live for a little bit because everyone else has gone live in the last couple of days. I thought I might as well do it again. Hello to people who are there. So hey, how you doing? Well, Scott, so I had to carry on drinking while you had gone. Because, you can't just have one, can you? Can't just have one. Um, oh, hello, Kirsten's Curiosities. I think, bit blurry. Oh, am I blurry? I don't know how to fix that. To me, I look okay. Well, I don't look okay. I mean, I don't look okay. But blurry is in a bit hazy, or I don't know. It could be because I'm. Oh, B. Oh, and hey, Sam. How are you? Hey. No pen. So have England won? Have they lost? What's happening? Hey, Mel. How are you? Hello, everyone. I'm quite surprised that loads of people have just joined me right now. I'm just sat in the garden. I hope you're all sat in the garden. Right. So Scott, my best gay friend, came round earlier. He had a little bit of a snooze on the sofa as I watched the Tat Chat, and then had Leah on, but I had to turn Leah down because Scott was sleeping next to me. Bless him, he's so cute, so cute. And he was like, "Does this happen a lot then? People going live?" And I was just, okay, sorry. We should have had a live get together. You're not old, Scott. You're like, how many years younger than me? You're 8 years younger than me. You're not old. Mm. Anyway, I won't jump, don't worry. Oh, no, Sib, don't jump. Okay. Bianca and Scott gonna have a chat together. You guys carry on. And did I say hello, Sam? Hello, Sam, as well. So I have got a little bit of a haul of things that I bought since the last time. Um, yes, you carry on. Have a little bit of a chat about the wedding. Bianca's gonna come later in the night, and we're all gonna get a taxi home at the end of it once we're all bladdered and stuff. I'm having a drink and a cigarette in the garden, and I've got some stuff to show you all. A few people have left since I had 14 views a minute ago, and now I've only got 11, so I've already offended 3 people. Get in. Amazing. Oh, and another person's gone. Awesome. My work here is done. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you're all enjoying the football and stuff. That's okay, B. You go. It's fine. I love you too, man. I haven't got my baps out. That's probably it, actually, isn't it? Yes, quick, get some work done, everyone. Jesus, come in. Look busy, isn't it? Right, so I did buy some things today. Let me just perch my cigarette. You're staying till the end. I'm gonna live stream for 24 hours. You just watch me. Um, I don't. Some people here know as well that a few days ago, I had an attempted burglary on my house, which is obviously quite scary. They tried to see you later, Scott. Love you. They tried to blowtorch their way into my house through my back door, which is obviously a little bit freaky. And today my camera system came, and Scott came around to help me set it up because me and technology, I just get so angry at it when things don't work. When they say press here to do this and I press here to do that and it doesn't freaking work. Ooh, it gets me so annoyed. So Scott helped me set it up. So I have now got a camera security system. I've got CCTV camera signs up. I've got so don't try and burglarize me, people. Um, yeah, I know, bastards, utter bastards. They did Three Doors Down as well last week, and they actually did get in there and they did steal things. So in a way, it sounds awful. In a way, I'm glad that someone else got done as well, because it means it's not just they're targeting our house, you know. But thankfully, they didn't get in. Something must have disturbed them, and they're not gonna get they're not gonna get it back in now. Trust me. Trust me. I've got systems in place. Anyway, so let me show you some things that I bought. I mean, unless you're just here to watch me sit on the swing and stuff. It is scary, Peter. It was, and I haven't slept properly for about 4 days now. But I will sleep better tonight now I've got my CCTV camera up, which notifies me instantly on my phone whenever something moves outside. So I'm sure I'll get text all through the night of the hedgehogs and stuff. Oh, no, that's awful. Because they did something to animals there, and that's just. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. 24 hours of Lexus bins. Do you know what? I might just live stream my back garden, you know? That would be quite funny. You will see Spike our hedgehog crawling through the garden. He's not a pet hedgehog, he's one that just comes and lives in our garden. And we've also got Steven Seagull and Russell Crowe that visits as well. And these are wild animals that we feed. Anyway, so things that I bought today. So my favourite thing at the moment is keyword atomic. Atomic. Do 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 do. Um, yeah, lunching them as well. So I like anything kind of 50s and 60s anyway, because some of you might know that Stanley Kubrick is my favourite director, and he does, the sets that he made are very kind of 1950s sort of space ages. So if you've ever seen kind of 2001 Space Odyssey, one of my favourite films, I really, really like that style. So I kind of like anything 50s. So I bought these 3 glasses. Hey, glitter sunflower. I bought these 3 glasses. They were 50p. The gold on them is gone, but they're sugar glazed, and you can tell because it feels like sugar, really. But they're quite nice, aren't they? They look like egg cups, but they are kind of drinking glasses. Yeah, festival is a genius keyword as well. But atomic is my favourite right now. I think it's kind of cool. So I bought those 50p. I mean, I might get like £6 or £7. Who knows? Please don't mind me smoking. Terribly sorry. I've got like about 100 scarves, and I think is it Heather the Treasure Pirate? She was on about how many scarves she's got, and she can't bear to part with them. But I'm willing to part with mine because I've got Atomic Festival, and wouldn't that be great? So I bought this today. So this is just it's just a polyester scarf, but tartan because I like a bit of tartan, and it's got like riding crops and stuff like that on it. So for £1, I thought that might get say like 7 or 8 quid because that one's quite nice. And then oh, I'm sorry. Do you know what? I'll have one last puff and I'll put it out because I respect other people's willingness to quit. So there we go. That's that put out. Done. Okay, so another scarf I bought. Oh, so have England won yet? I don't know. I mean, obviously, as someone who is Welsh and doesn't like football, I'm not really invested, but it would be kind of cool if they do go through. I think there was a scary statistic the other day that domestic violence goes up 30% when England lose. So I hope for all the ladies and gentlemen out there that are affected by domestic violence at least get a break tonight if England win. No. You won. England won. Well, thank God. So that's 30% of domestic violence. Like victims are hopefully not going to get beaten up tonight. Anyway, on a lighter note, so I bought this scarf for £1, and as you can see, there's all like atomic designs on there, like space age stuff, and I thought that was really, really cool. I can't see anything like this on eBay, so I'm going to charge about £15 for that because I think it's so unusual and in this season's colour and all that. And again, keyword atomic, which is my favourite keyword at the moment, other than festival, Lagerlook, etc., etc. Some of you in the group chat may have seen that I bought a cushion cover, this random dog thing for 99p. It's quite well made, so fair play to the people that made them. I think it's kind of cute. I did think it was like a rude dog and the dweebs thing as well, because it's very similar, isn't it? The guy with like the underbite thing, overbite, whatever they call it. But yeah, I'm gonna try for about 50. I know, it's really cute, isn't it? So I'm going to try about £15 on that. And then I bought 2 of the same ilk as well. So one's got pansies. Pansies were my granddad's favourite flower. So when I saw this, I thought of my granddad, which is quite nice. My granddad passed about 20 years ago. Hey Dawn. And it just reminded me of him. And I just thought it's bull terrier. Is that what it is? Thank you very much, Andrea, because I've got no idea when it comes to dogs. But yeah, super cute. And then this one as well. It's got a little birdie in it. It's really sweet, isn't it? So I'll obviously sell them as a pair, and I'll try and get £20 on them. They were 99p each from Oxfam. Um, this is, I mean, you have probably seen, some of you may have seen the video of my jewellery unbagging. Out of all of the 36 bags, this is the stuff that is, like, for me. I made a big bag, this size bag, of like broken stuff. This size bag of kid stuff, which I was given to my mum's friend to give to her children. Or she's already given them to the children. Apparently they absolutely love it, and they are, yeah, dressing up and stuff, which that's kind of cool. So I've got a bag this size of broken stuff, and then 3 bags this size of like decent enough stuff that if I could be bothered to sell it, would probably get about £5 each, and if I could be bothered, that would make, say, about like £300 or £400. But I just want to do the vintage stuff, you see. So in here, as you may guess, I'm gonna job lot off all of the RSPB brooches, because I think they make a nice lot together, and I'm gonna start it off at £19.99. I've got some of the pearl things. I've obviously got the gorgeousness, which I think I might just keep for myself, at least for now. Might wear it for Scott's wedding, but I just think that's beautiful. I'm going to sell the snakeskin bangle on its own. I'm going to put the vintage beads into a vintage lot together. I'm going to sell I know the necklace is gorgeous. I am going to keep it, I think. I'm going to sell the little Art Deco thing by itself as well. And the little boots, the little gold boots I'm going to sell. So if I were to sell everything in here, I think that's probably about £80 to £100, I think, which, and then I've obviously got the crafters lot, which I hope to get about a tenner for, and then the 3 bags, the 95 items of like perfectly acceptable stuff. I just, it's just not my kind of thing to sell. So I'm going to start them off at like a 19.99 auction, because there's 3 kilos of it, which is pretty decent for like 20 quid plus shipping. So, I'll see if I get that. And then today I went and bought some more jewellery, obviously. So I think I paid £15 for this lot. Oh, the bird cushion. It's really cute, isn't it? Or do you mean the brooches? What you drinking, Lex, and where's mine? This is a rum and coke. This is Captain Morgan spiced rum and cherry Pepsi Max, which is one of my favourite combinations of stuff. And it's going down a treat, trust me. Especially after last week. After last week of having very little sales, nearly having a break-in, and having to write a script. This week, I'm just going, I'm doing what I fucking want to do. So, cheers. I am on, yeah, look. This is my garden swing. I used to live with Scott, and then Scott moved back to his home to live with his mother, and then my mates Dave and Reese moved in, and it was a lovely sunny day, and Home Base just down the road were having a sale on their garden swings, and we went at about 10 to 4 on a Sunday afternoon, and we were like, we'll have a garden swing please, because it was on offer for £100. And then they pulled one out, and they were like, oh, this is not the right swing, this one is a £200 swing. And then the person behind the counter, who obviously just wanted to go home at 4 o'clock because it was 10 to, just went, fuck it, and put it through for £99.99. We were like, thank you very much. So this is a £200 swing that we got for £100. Yay, thanks, Homebase. So yeah, I spent about £15 on this stuff. It's not amazing, but some of it's quite nice. These things, so this is a little magnifier. I've got a couple of these, but they're always quite handy for looking weird. And also just if you are going around a car boot sale, a little magnifier sometimes can be quite handy. So that's quite cute. It's a little owl. Oh, oh. Yeah, so he's all right. And then, so say these are all about 50 pence each, roughly, because I bought them pretty much as a lot. This is a lovely little brooch. You see that? That's just glass in the middle. It's not any kind of semi-precious stone, but it's signed Miracle. So it's always worth looking in the charity shops. If you find anything that's signed, any old jewellery that's signed, unless it's like Next or Avon, don't bother with them. But if it's signed something like Miracle or JJ, or Sarah Coventry, or Trifari, or Jewelcraft, or Coralcraft, I know the bird cushion is cool, but they are all quite nice things to pick up. What are the other ones? Sea Gems, Fish and Crown. Yeah, anything with a signature on the back, pick it up. If it's not more than £2, pick it up because you are bound to get, at least £7 or £8 back. Especially if it's a nice piece. That's quite nice. But I'm making up a little lot of like Celtic stuff. I'm glad that you did so much, Dawn. That's cool. Oh no, honestly, Maria, do it again. Like I love selling jewelry. I think it's partially. No, you haven't missed much. Basically, just me having a drink and a cigarette. That's about it. But yeah, definitely do jewelry again. I think the nice thing about doing jewelry is that it's very person specific. It's not like, say, selling computer games where there was 100,000 computer games and a handful of people out there want it, This will be the only one on eBay and there will be someone out there that loves it, that will be prepared to buy it. And that's why I like it. And also, I did jewellery design at A level. And I should have done it at university, but instead I went on and did music marketing, which was still fun, but I should have done jewellery design. And so coming back to this, it's like, it's nice because you learn so much from jewellery, from seeing different, yes, Atomic, just from learning about different design periods and stuff. Oh, see, exactly, Miracle, 50p sold it for £9.99. People love Miracle brooches because they're proper and nice Scottish make. They're lovely. So that's a really pretty one. And it's pink. Who doesn't love a bit of pink? Bit of pink. So this is I bought as a job lot together. I think it cost me £8. Could you pick up jewellery design now? Well, I did do a little bit of silversmithing a few years ago. Hey Jane, how are you? Your package is on its way. Hopefully she'll get there tomorrow. Nice little... Oh, I just ruined the surprise. Bugger. I'm terrible at that. Oh well, never mind. Yes. So yeah, about £8.50 I paid for this lot. I bought this off of eBay and it got delivered today. So it was like £5 for the actual items and then £3.50 delivery. So I got a little sparkly brooch, which some of the stones are dead, as in the glue around them has kind of changed colour, and so it kind of yellows the backing of them and makes them look not so pretty. If you ever want to get the stones out of brooches, handy little tip, soak it in water overnight, and then they easily pop out, and they normally kind of pop out like with the silver still attached to the back, so you can reuse the stones and then clean them out with a toothbrush and a bit of bicarb or something like that. And then stones you can buy dirt cheap. Yeah, I've let your son know the price, don't worry. And then you can just replace the stones for the cost of like 99p and you've got yourself a nice new brooch. That's what I'm going to do with that one. We've got a bit of hideous 80s-ness. This will just go into a job lot. I've got another cute little pill box, which on the back it says made in Japan, which means that it's probably 1960s. But that's cute. It's got like little roses on. So you'll see my sale video, which I'll upload tonight, that I've been selling a couple of little pill boxes. They're quite nice. I mean, £4 or £5 for that. That's okay. That's okay. I've got a bunch of just, you know, dodgy kind of like clip-on earrings, just very 80s clip-on earrings. Nothing particularly exciting there, but again, they'll go into a little job lot. I'll put about, I think I've got about 20 pairs of just random clip-on earrings, which I'll sell off altogether. I might get like £10 for them. These are, again, hideous 80s ones, but you can kind of use keyword scarab on those because they are sort of scarab shaped. So I'll try that anyway, and if they don't sell, I'll put them in a lot as well. I've got some nice enamelled clip-on earrings with little flowers on. They're quite cute, £5 for them, you know. A little bug brooch. Steve Green! Steve, my favourite Steve, because I have to say you are my second favourite Steve. No, sorry, my third favourite Steve. I'm sorry, Steve. Sorry. My best mate Scott is getting married to a Steve, and my brother-in-law is a Steve as well, so therefore you are relegated to third. But still, that's okay, you know. Can have a three-way, that's fine. Anyway, little bug brooch. It's missing its coloured wings, but that'll go into a lot. That little brooch, which is nothing. Sorry, Steve. My nan's old brooch, but they've lost stones. Glitter Sunflower, please tell me your real name. You probably have at some point, and you know. But you can buy loose stones on eBay for literally about 99p a bag. Just get a ruler that's got millimeters on it, measure them, and then just buy them, 99p a bag for about 100 of them, and then soak the brooch overnight, pop them out with like a little pin, and then you need some E4000 glue, which is proper jewellery maker's glue, which is fast setting but flexible. That's what you want. And then just carefully glue them back into place, and it'll look like brand new for, you know, pennies, for the sake of like a couple of pound. And I've got this brooch with like a little dangly thing. That's quite nice, isn't it? That's cool. I've got this, which I don't know what it means. It's like MR Adventure, but I've got a bloke's kind of jewellery lot thing going on, and I'll just add that to that. This they cheekily advertised as silver in their listing, and it's not. It's Mexican silver, which is tin. But it's abalone shell, and I've got a whole bunch of abalone stuff, which I'll just sell off all together as a little lot, £6 or £7, you know. These someone has repurposed, so these are screwback earrings, which is normally from about like 20s, 30s, 40s. They use those kind of things, but someone has repurposed them and they've put their own things. It's because I am the only Lex. A video on mixing. Okay, no worries. I will do a video on fixing missing stones. I will do that at some point. So they're quite sweet, but they have been repurposed, so I can't actually sell them really as a vintage item. But they'll go in a little lot. These little earrings are quite nice. These are sort of faux moonstone type things. So these are clip-ons, but they're lovely, aren't they? Little blue sort of moonstone things. They're quite nice. Debbie, hey Debbie, how's it going? Okay, I'll do a little video on fixing stuff then. Where's the other bit? So there's a pair of earrings and a necklace that go together that aren't vintage. And okay guys, come on, pop quiz. How do I know that this necklace isn't vintage? Come on, someone can give me the answer out there. If you've been watching my videos, you should know this by now. There will be a test on this. How do I know that? Correct, Dawn. Well done. See? Lobster clasp. Not vintage. Well, see, there you go. Hey, look at you all. You guys have been watching. That's so nice. But, I mean, it looks vintage, but it's not. So it's just 2 little strands of Diamante, like, and then there's a couple of them, like earrings. So again, these will just go in a little lot, but I mean, they're cute enough, aren't they? And then I've got an actual pair of vintage clip-on earrings, which are quite nice. So you've got little, can you see like the little iridescence on there? That's called Aurora Borealis, okay? Aurora Borealis is where it's got like a little iridescent finish to them. So these are clip-ons, probably 1950s or 60s, but should be able to get about £5 on them. And then the last ones, I've got some mother of pearl. Good, glad you're learning. And it's a little mother of pearl, which it's not picking up terribly there. Oh, there we go, sort of. You can kind of see it looks a little bit like a shield. Yes, write it down because there will be a test later. So it's almost Aztec looking, or almost Nordic looking, or almost kind of Hawaiian maybe. I'm thinking more Hawaiian-ish. That sort of thing. Tuvalu, if it was pointless. Because they're quite nice. So I'm hoping to get about a £5 on them as well. So from an £8. Yeah, it is very, that's what I thought. It is quite Aztec-y, isn't it? Yes, Ali. You should salute. But yeah, it is quite Aztec-y looking, isn't it? There. Can we have a video about dating jewellery? Oh, do you know what? I thought you meant, yeah, I honestly thought you meant what, taking jewellery out and, you know, wine and dine and all that. A video about dating jewellery. Okay, I'll try. I know it's weird, but a lot of it is just quite instinctual. Again, because I did jewellery design at A level, and I studied specially, I mean, this is a long time ago, this is like 22 years ago, something like that I did A levels. I did Art Nouveau glass was my speciality. But yeah, Art Nouveau and Art Deco, I sort of did in school. Pretty necklace, a bit 80s. Yes. Oh, what this one? Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, so I know a little bit about design periods because I used to write tons of essays on them and read books about Murano glass and Lalique and stuff like that. But yeah, so I know a little bit about design periods, but a lot of it is you will instinctually know, like, okay, pop quiz, design period, or at least just period in time. When do you think? Answers on a postcard. Lalique is that Welsh class. Da-doom. Yeah, I would say 80s on those ones. I'd say 80s. Because the kind of plastic that they use. So now you say 30s, and in a way you've kind of got a point, because obviously, like, fashions come in fits and starts. They tend to repeat themselves. So you will find a lot of things from the 80s are kind of 50s looking, and then a lot of things from the 50s are actually deco looking. You see? Lots of things from the 90s are actually 70s looking, which are actually kind of 40s looking, because things come in waves, don't they? Like, we repeat ourselves a lot. History repeats itself, just like me having a cigarette. So yeah, there you go. You love anything Art Deco, so therefore my little, where's it gone here? So say this, which is Art Deco Egyptian Revival stuff, looks like it should be 1920s. Oh my God, Glasgow School of Art. A friend of mine, Bobby King, like, he lives right near, and I think he went to Glasgow School of Art, and that's happened twice now, isn't it? Like, that's just awful. And I went to the Macintosh Cafe there as well. It is so freaking, like, heartbreaking that all of these, like, you know, these students that have had their artworks like burnt twice now. Like it's just awful. Can't imagine that. It's just terrible. Um, but yeah, so that's like 1920s looking. But it's actually made in the 1950s or 60s. Yeah, they had another. I mean, is it arson attack? I don't think they quite know what happened yet, but twice now in like the last 4 years, is it? As a school. Oh, hey, Jen. Jen, you're so nice with the comments, honestly. Oh. I know, it's just awful, isn't it? Like, all of their artwork and everything, all of their, university work that they've been working on for the last 3 years, just gone. Just heartbreaking. Yeah. So, yeah, that's everything I've got to show you that I bought today. I hope everyone did enjoy the football. You're not eating meat. I'm sorry. Can I smoke a cigarette instead? I know you've got a fetish for this, Jen. Should we do the old question of how's everyone's sales be today? It's getting darker now. Do you want to see the little sunset? Hold on. Oh, it's actually gone now. It was a beautiful, bright pink sunset earlier. And it was gorgeous. Just gorgeous. My son has just passed his masters in fine art and doesn't want to do it. Do you know what's quite funny? My brother, who is 8 years older than me, he did art GCSE and art A level, and he failed his art GCSE twice, and he failed his art A level twice. Sorry, he failed it the first time and then resat, and then failed it again and then resat it. And then he went to art college, where he passed with a distinction. So it shows the difference between school and college, doesn't it? And then he did a year of fine art at Brighton University, and then he quit because he's not the university type, my brother. But his teachers in school said that he would never amount to anything, and because he failed his maths and his English and things like that. And the art teacher said that he wasn't very good at art. And guess what he does now? My brother is a computer games designer, 9 times BAFTA winning computer games designer. So, oh, Bumblebee, you're not a reseller but supporting the community. Oh, that's super lovely. Well, it's thanks to people like you, isn't it? Oh. Well, see, exactly. What you did in school may be completely different to what you end up doing. A friend of mine, Fiona, she at one point was the most intelligent person in Wales. She had like 14 A stars at GCSE and 4 A's at A level, and she did biochemistry at Oxford, and then she went to work for the Charities Commission. Nothing to do. Of course, they have won the World Cup, no doubt. Well, England, I'm sure they will. They're definitely going to win. Sales of pants. My sales were okay yesterday. After I made that video saying, "Oh, I've got no sales today," I then went and got 8 sales, and then today I've had 4, I think. It's dark in Essex. It's getting darker here now. As you can see, the light is fading quite badly. My listing is pants as well. That's why I'm spending tomorrow doing listings and getting all of this stuff. Oh, there you go. A1 Heirloom Hunter. Okay. I will have a look and see what you got. No, exactly. There's such a big difference between school and university, like, and when you went to see the careers officer in school, I mean, what were they thinking, I can't remember what mine told me to be, but I'm sure they were certainly quite wrong about it anyway. I've had 8 sales today, listing and then marking BTEC Level 3 Art. Amazing. I did some teaching on the BTEC Level 3 Creative Media last year in Bridgend College, which was quite cool. It's quite nice seeing kids that young actually getting interested in proper bits of media, isn't it? And actually realising, yes, they can have it as a job. you know. Art doesn't have to be a hobby, it can be a career as well. There's plenty of space in the arts. Um, I mean, I can't quite directly. Can someone find me the quote? Be a shoemaker or work for the Forestry Commission. You would suit both of those things, Omel. But yeah, isn't there a quote by Winston Churchill? I can't remember exactly what it is. That someone said that they should be taking money out of the arts and put it into, you know, build bombs and stuff. And then Winston Churchill kind of replied, well, if we're not fighting for the arts, then what's the point? Like, that is the reason that we are. And that is what makes Britain so great, is that we are, you know, a culture of culture, aren't we? We've always been known for our art and music and poetry and literature and all the things that actually make Britain great. Not just, you know, football and waving St George's flags and stuff like that, you know. To be fair, elves would not be out. Elves would be great, but you might trip over them a lot, you know. Well, I've got nothing else to say or to show you, so you guys carry on, and I'm just gonna smoke and drink while it gets dark in my back garden. I have made a little sales video which I will update overnight. It's not a very long one, because sales haven't been that brilliant, but I tell you what, right? You look at my graphs. It was crap, absolutely bloody awful for 1 week, right? You know, when all of the listings weren't showing like how many views you had, and then on the Wednesday, I called up and I complained about um, no views, and then the next day my sales picked up again. So how strange is that? Yeah, my house nearly got broken into. We had someone try and blowtorch the lock out of our back door. And then, so I found it the next morning. Didn't know what it was. I just thought it was a weird black mark on the back door. Obviously, put my finger straight through it. Duh, fingerprints. And then we had CID round in within about 45 minutes, which was really good, to come and check it out because a few doors down got done as well. So yeah, a bit scary, but I've got my CCTV camera, my alarms, and I get notifications whenever anything moves in the back garden. So right now, the camera is pointing on me and it's going movement, 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 which is quite funny. But yeah, I feel a little bit safer now, and you know, and also I sleep with a pair of scissors next to my bed. If they want to come in, fucking bring it on, guys, because I will stab them in the face if they're in my house. And I tell you what, like, I don't care, I'll freaking do it. Nobody comes into my house. Like vampires, okay? You can tell I've had a couple of these, can't you? Righty ho, guys, right. Yeah, it was horrible. It was. The night after it happened, I barely slept at all. Slept with all the lights were on in the house, and I basically just like watched the back door waiting for someone to turn up, which was silly because obviously they weren't going to, but there we are. They're not going to come back now, and if they do, I'm freaking ready for them, you know, ready, and the cats are ready too. They've been prepped, okay. I have good locks on my door. I've got 5 mortise lock thingies, whatever they're called, you know. And that's probably why they couldn't get in, because they didn't realise they had to do 5 of them, you know. But yeah, bring it on anyway. Right, lovely to speak to you all. And yeah, they are bloody idiots. Lovely to speak to you all. I'm glad England have won the World Cup. Or whatever it is they're going to do. England, Bulgaria for the final, apparently. So yeah, hopefully it all goes good for you, and I shall see you again soon. Jazz hands just for you and you and you and you and you, and especially you. And I shall see you all again soon. Bye bye now. Bye bye.